I'm Dan Morris, you're watching Bosun Dan Bushcraft, and today we're going to try our hand at gold panning, of all things. Now that might sound a little funny, but I've always been convinced that in a river local to me, there is gold in it. I don't know why I've been convinced of this. There is no evidence to suggest that's true, but I thought we'd give it a go. Now, I know absolutely nothing about gold panning, locations, where to go. I've basically just watched a couple of YouTube videos and thought, why not? But before that, let's get dinner cooking. Ooh, slippy and noisy, because the beautiful little location for the day. I am shouting a bit because the river is very loud, but unfortunately the shop, my local shop had only got beef burgers, so I've had to construct a curious little bushcraft grill. Yes! Oh, that'll be good. If I can get this fire going a bit better. The wood was really rather damp, unfortunately. Okay. So, whilst the fire slowly creeps into life, let's have a go. Got me gold pan. Now, from what I've seen, we need to be in the slower edges of rivers, in the gravelly sandy bits. Apparently dark gravel's good, but here we've got what we've got. Don't really know what I'm doing, so I'm just going to have a go. There's some good sandy stuff looking here. Give it a wriggle, see if we can make anything sink to the bottom. Now, a big issue that I'm having here right now is that there's that much gold coloured stone in this sand, it's impossible to really tell. But none of it is sinking. It's all moving about too easy. So No gold on that one. We're not rich yet. My little bushcrafted grill is working out all right at the moment though. Dinner is cooking. Ah. All right. Lovely. They're starting to sweat a little. So at least if we don't get any gold, we'll still get some lunch. There we go. We've got some slightly darker, dirtier looking stuff from over there. Let's give this a wash out. See if that's any better. It'd be really funny if I actually found some. Like I say, I haven't really got much of a clue what I'm doing. Just bought a gold pan and thought, no, why not? So instead of gold, what we've actually just got is golden sand with lots of little flecks of rock mineral stuff, which is gold coloured. But there is definitely not actual gold there. I mean, I'm no expert in gold, but pretty sure that's just otherwise mineral. Anyway, before we get back to that, I think it's time to turn the burgers. When using adobo, make sure to throw lots of it all over the fire as well. It adds to the flavour, you know. Now there's some real good dark stuff down there. There's also what's left of a crayfish, yeah? Some creature must have caught a red-clawed crayfish and had it for dinner there. Very nice. And we know those are in here. Oh yeah. Something's had a right crayfish munch. There's his shell, tiny little teeth marks. I'm guessing some sort of stoaty weasel thing. Well, the gold panning might have thus far proved unfruitful, but the bushcraft grill has worked a treat. Whoa. Nice. Oh. That is actually really good. A bit warm. Oh. A fork would have been good. This is very hot. So, you can probably tell I'm having a bit of a day off, really, aren't I? I'm not really doing much. I'm messing around in the river like a little boy looking for, I don't know, newts, tadpoles, whatever. All I have found is evidence of one crayfish, but I know there is the red signal crayfish in this river. So, it gives me another idea for a crayfish trap. Obviously not today. Because it's perfectly legitimate to eat the red signal crayfish. They're a pest. And judging by the claw on that one that I found up there, there's some quite big crayfish in here. It's a nice little place, this is. Not many people come here. I don't know why, but really very few people come here. And you can tell that very few people come here because there's hardly any litter. Try one of these ones that were on the back. Yes. Oh. The Wadobo. Well, Danobo now, because I cut the Wadobo in half and mixed it with pepper and steak seasoning and a few other things. It's got to have pepper in it. Yes. That is really good. And that fire was just enough to cook me burgers, even though the wood was a little damp. It did its job. Lovely. I actually wanted meatballs, but they'd only got burgers. Although having said that, it's not a bad shout. They're pretty good, especially on my old grill. It's held up to the heat perfectly. I'll come back to you when I finish stuffing my face. So, no gold here, just lots and lots and lots of gold coloured grit, which is very confusing. Although you can tell by the way it floats around in the water, it's definitely not actual gold, it's just goldy grit. Right. See what I mean? There's just tons and tons and tons of this stuff that's quite goldy coloured, little tiny fragments. The big bits are obviously easily identified as just rocks. It's when you get the little tinky bits like that, but they are definitely just grit and gravel. So far, no. Might have to try further downstream. Really, I need darker substrate. This colour stuff, even if there was anything in it, phew, smoke. Let's get in the river. Even if there was anything in it, I'd really struggle to see it. So I think really we need to try and find some good darker stuff. I'm not giving up yet. So I'm on the hunt for another location, but considering nobody really bothers with this area down here, maybe the occasional dog walker passes through, it is a truly beautiful little piece of Staffordshire. I think the reason why we don't get too many people down here is because this part of the river is not really any good for fishing, so no one really bothers. Just the occasional dog walker. But I have noticed over recent years, it's almost like a lot of the old trails and walk paths through these lands are just being forgotten. It's almost like no one can remember them anymore, or the information hasn't been passed on, and nobody's bothering with them. Here's a quieter stretch of river, and some darker sand. I say darker sand, it's still got a lot of that stuff that looks very much like gold in it. We might as well have one more attempt. Well then folks, so the answer to the question, did I find gold in my local river, is a resounding no. That doesn't mean that there isn't any necessarily here. It just means I don't really know that much about it, how to identify it and find it. But on the plus side, I did get some gold panning practice, as it's something I've never actually done before, and it looks like I do quite need the practice. And I got a nice little day out, bit of a kook in the woods, bit of a kook down by the river. It's nice to get out and be by the river for once. I'm usually in the woods when I'm making videos, so it was nice to be out by the river. And those burgers were just the ticket. So no gold today. Looks like buying my woodland's gonna have to wait a little while. We have failed to cause the Staffordshire gold rush. It was still a lovely day out. But anyway, I'm a little bit soggy. At one point I seem to have sat in the river, so I'm gonna go get dry. That'll about do it for today. I'm gonna keep my ear to the ground to see if I hear of any other good panning locations. I say others, I just made this one up, no one told me about it. But if I do hear of any other good gold panning locations, we will go and give them a try. Other than that folks, as always, get yourselves out there, get bushcrafting, get gold panning, and be safe. It's pretty much all from Bosun Dan today.